Brand new regime in Carolina 2024. Dan Morgan, GM, head coach Dave Canales. They opened up the draft by moving in to round 1 to grab wide receiver Xavier Legette from South Carolina. Damien, your initial thoughts on Carolina's 2024 draft haul, their first under Dan Morgan?
Man, it starts right in round 1. Moving from 33 to 32 to make sure you get your guy, right? A home area kid from Mullen, South Carolina. Xavier Legette is going to give Bryce an explosive, physical, run after catch receiver, but also a guy that can play the X, work down the boundary, work down the sideline, back shoulder fades, 50-50 balls. Those 50-50 throws typically turn into 80-20, right? Because he's an outstanding leaper, his body control, and he has very strong hands at the catch point. And he just loves to make plays. And I think with Bryce's accuracy, his timing, and rhythm, he continues to work on that deep portion of his game. Xavier Legette's going to be the guy that can really benefit from it, while Bryce also benefits from him.
Yeah, he's the type of guy that every coach wants. Doesn't matter what level you are, high school, college, NFL. We saw this kid live at the Senior Bowl. You think he looks big on TV, wait till you see Xavier get beside you, and imagine NFL corner lining him on the outside. I wouldn't want to face that guy in Carolina in an NFC South here, Saints corner or Buccaneers corner. So, like the Xavier Legette pick, but the draft doesn't just start in round 1, right? We go beyond there. Guys like Jadavian Sanders, Shaw Smith-Wade, any interest for you as far as guys that really move the needle? More, of course, moving up, grabbing a guy like Jonathan Brooks from Texas. Any of those picks move the needle for you? Because I know we have some questions when we got into day 2 and day 3.
Two, especially offensively. I think this was the draft you wanted, an off-season. You wanted to walk in and come up with more offensive pieces for Bryce Young, especially after we saw what he was dealing with in 2023. Number 1, Jonathan Brooks. Did I like the trade up for him? No, I feel like you could have still gotten him or a Trey Benson, Blake Corum, one of those guys, and they were closely graded for me in terms of in round 3. But going up and getting him, right? Chuba Hubbard is there, so there's no reason to rush Jonathan Brooks back from the ACL as he's rehabbing to get ready. You let Chuba Hubbard do his thing. You run the tires off the guy, then let him walk into free agency. But Jadavian Sanders is what I really like. And I've been very critical. They paid Ian Thomas to block. Yeah, no. Like that just was never a needle mover for me in Carolina. Jadavian Sanders can catch the ball, he can work the seams, and he has some explosiveness after the catch. Right? He didn't test extremely well in terms of the 40-yard time, but I think after the catch, getting the ball in his hands, he's strong, good contact balance. I think he can thrive with Bryce.
I'm interested in the Trayvon Wallace pick. Now, a kid that rose in this pre-draft process, another kid down that was there in Jim Nagy's staff then at Senior Bowl, very athletic kid, but we see a lot of these athletes come in at the second level to where a little bit allow the game just to slow down just a little bit. So I want to see that in Trayvon Wallace's game. But overall, I would have liked to see potentially a Peyton Wilson go to Carolina. I know he went even further down the board going to the Pittsburgh Steelers. So overall, this draft class, you know what? Screw the grade. I want to talk about Shaw Smith-Wade as well. Look at Washington State. A guy that can play inside and out, special teams as well. Talk to me about Shaw Smith-Wade.
Shaw Smith-Wade is a guy who I interviewed him, talked to him. Like, he got out the mud, like built for it, tough as they say. This young man's ready to go, and he's willing to do whatever the defensive coordinator wants. He said, I can play the nickel, I play mostly outside. He reminded me a little bit of Jack Jones. It's like kind of the smaller, undersized type of corner, but he's very feisty. He's tough, he's gritty. He can, like I said, play zone, play man, kind of side saddle with his back to the sideline. I think this is a fit for them, especially you always have been looking for somebody opposite of J.C. Horn or just another talented corner. I think Shaw Smith-Wade helps that.
We got some guys that we like at the top. Xavier Legette, of course, you mentioned the Jadavian Sanders pick, and of course a versatile corner in Shaw Smith-Wade. Overall grade you have for Dan Morgan's first haul, the start of it all, if you will, laying the foundation for the Carolina Panthers. Overall,
I give it a C-. It was an average draft class. Like I said, just kind of the moving up for the running back who probably doesn't impact a lot in his rookie year was a little bit of a reach to me, but I really like Jonathan Brooks as well. So C- is the grade I give.
Laying the foundation, right, for what's to come, not just in 2024, but in the years to come for the Carolina Panthers.